It had been quite a while since Mo and I got to catch up properly, and the tour was a really good opportunity to not only create some good memories and have some fun, but also we took some time to catch up, sit down, have a bit of a chat, and also just to get insight into what it's like behind the scenes of a working artist or an Australian artist for that matter who has moved overseas and made his mark and is now coming back home to play for you guys for a tour like this, but also just for anyone else who doesn't know him personally, just to get a bit more information and background on who Toza is. But for now, here is Behind the Decks with Toza. 6 shows, all of them sold out. As an Aussie artist that's gone overseas, made his living, and then come back to then sell out 6 shows in your home country, how does that make you feel?
A big sense of achievement, man. It's like we've built this from the ground up for the past 3 years, as well as obviously been in the scene for extra 5 years on top of that, DJing and meeting new people and like just doing my thing. So for me to get the recognition at this scale has been super, super, super rewarding. And it's obviously a result of how hard you can work. And I can see that as a result of I've done something really great. I've worked with really, really good people that supported me. And now I'm able to give value back from what I've achieved so far.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's good. So out of all the moments throughout this whole tour, so whether it be at the show or just funny things in the hotels or going out for the day, what has been your most favorite moment so far?
Pulling the Charizard in Melbourne.
That was a vibe.
That was good. Like for me, I just go day by day, and just the fact that I'm here in the country, seeing all my friends in different states and being with family, being able to, go back home every time, that's a big thing for me.
Yep.
Living overseas is not the easiest, but I'm glad it's been not as hard as everyone told me it would be. And I was able to adapt pretty quickly. Like I can't really pick a favorite moment other than obviously Charizard, because that's easy for the dopamine hit. But other than that, honestly, just the fact that I'm able to come here, twice, knockout was one trip, going to my best friend's wedding, and just being able to come back again after 3 months within the first year I've moved, that's like a huge thing for me. So I'm super grateful for it already.
You kind of touched on something that I think is important to go over. So one of the things I wanted to touch on is, as an Aussie artist now living abroad, people often see the good things on social media. They see all the shows, they see all the happiness, they see all the joy. What has been one of the hardest things for you as someone who's now living overseas, chasing your dream, to adapt to or to overcome?
Honestly, just the work rate. So I'm used to a specific work rate. So when I moved to Europe, at the beginning it was much slower than anticipated. And part of it was because I had expectations. And something I had to learn quickly and adapt to is not have expectations, regardless of how well you're doing. It's like, yes, I went to level 2, but you're not at the same level as you maxed out level 1, if that makes sense. Like if you're playing COD, you get to level 50 and then you hit the prestige button, you're kind of reset with no weapons, nothing. So you got to rebuild everything again. So that's one thing I learned really quickly is just have no expectations and always work with whatever you have at that moment and make something out of it.
You have really strong work ethic too. Like I've noticed that about you, is everything that you do, it's 120,000%. You never hold anything back. What is it that makes you tick?
To me, like everything I do in life is basically like life or death, right? So when I try to do something, I try to attach some consequences to it. So for example, if I don't put my 100% into this career that I've picked, then I've got nothing. That's the thing. So would I rather have nothing, or would I rather push as much as I can to make something out of it? So that's what always pushes me. And obviously the sacrifice that I've had, giving up, like seeing family, seeing friends, good food, good weather, amazing country to live in, which is Australia, to move over for something that's like may or may not work. It's a big risk, but that's also like why I make the most out of everything I do, because I'm like, I didn't come all the way here to kind of mess around and just get distracted. So the biggest thing for me is making sure there's no distractions and stay goal focused and have a plan that I can, there's no plan B in my opinion. I think you just have to have plan A and just push as hard as you can. And that's really what pushes me to be the best version of myself, really. Yeah.
If you didn't have music, what would your ideal career choice or lifestyle be?
I believe I'd have a normal life, man. So basically, either a job or a degree, studying, making the most out of that, having a family. I'm 27 now. I probably settle down by now, maybe have kids. Just a normal life, really. I had a really good career prior to switching to music, and it was like I worked at Australia Post, and it's an amazing company to work at. There's so many opportunities, so much, career paths you can take within the company, and I was lucky enough to start at a young age and understand how the work goes in the company, and I learned pretty quickly, and yeah, I could manage many things within the company. So logistics is a really good. It's what kept Australia going, for example, and the whole world during COVID.
Yep.
So I'd have to have something like stable and more so has critical thinking, problem solving, like things that keep me using my brain basically.
Yep.
Yep.
And if not Australia Post, did you ever study anything in school that you thought maybe you could have used or gone into a different career path with what you used in school?
Yeah, so I finished year 12 and I went to start studying accounting at uni. Like I started with a diploma because my Excel was shit. So I had to take some pathways, and I just don't think studying's for me. I feel like it's not stimulating enough. I used to like fall asleep in class. It doesn't matter how good my sleep was or anything, and I just don't think it was a waste of time for me. I wasn't like putting effort into it because I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So when you don't want to do something, you're not inclined to put in 100%. But if you do something you love, then you're like pretty much locked in to push as hard as you can with it because you're interested in it, and that's it, literally. You're interested in it.
Yep.
If you have no interest in doing something, it's going to become a chore, and you just basically go day by day asking yourself, why am I doing this? Is this the right thing? And you have all these doubts. So in order for you not to have doubts, you got to do something you like. And obviously you will have the what ifs, but you're more inclined to take risks if you're pushing for something you love.
Yep.
That's just how I see it.
That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. So speaking of something you love, out of all the shows, and you can't say, I don't want a half-assed answer of like, oh no, every city did their best.
Yeah. Okay.
Which city have you felt the most love for from this whole tour?
This question. Honestly, Sydney, man. Like Sydney is my home, and just being able to sell out a show that big, that quickly. Actually, 2 shows too. We had a boat party too, and just seeing how everyone, came up, had a good time, showed the energy, screamed at the top of their lungs, sung everything basically. Where I basically grew up, like home bar where I played, home the venue. I used to go there for like trance events and some ad hoc hardstyle events. And for me to come back after all this time, like maybe 6 years was the last time I was there, but me as the headliner and having the whole venue sold out and everyone having a good time, it's an amazing feeling. So home always wins, in my opinion. And just, being at home doing all these things is extra, gives it that extra special feeling to it. So definitely Sydney. I'd have to go with Sydney.
A lot of people have been coming up and giving you Pokemon packs during the meet and greets.
Yeah.
Was that something that from the first couple of Instagram posts and stories that you did at the start of the tour, people clicked onto? Or was that already something that people knew about from the past, however long it's been you've collecting cards?
I think, look, me being recently like new to collecting cards and just like being myself, basically posting stuff online. I've got the Charmander that I have on my bag wherever I go. It's basically like people just, when they're interested in someone, they can notice the small things and then automatically they'll say, oh, he likes Pokemon, so let's get him some cards. Never advertised anything about like asking people to get me stuff, or even on my rider doesn't really have anything. But the moment I put that story in Perth of me like ripping packs, immediately the boys were like from Brisbane, they're like, oh, you're into Pokemon, like we're gonna get you some stuff. To summarize the whole thing is like if you just be yourself, whether it's online or anywhere, you present yourself as how you normally are, people that are interested will catch on to it, and they'll, if they like you, they want to bring you gifts, they want to bring you things, and that's how also you can connect at a personal level with people. Like I've had so many people ask me for like signing cards or ripping packs with them during meet and greets, and to me, like, that makes me happy because people pay attention
Yep.
to what you do. So that's why everything you do online, don't be fake, just be yourself and things will just happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
You mentioned paying attention, and it just sparked something in my head. When it comes to crowd interaction with your tracks, obviously people know a lot of the melodies, they know the vocals, they sing along, they pay attention, right?
Yeah.
On that note, if you were to make not a direct comparison, because Netherlands apples and Australia oranges, how do you feel your reactions from the crowd differ between the two areas, not countries, because you play all around Europe,
Yeah.
but how do you feel your reactions are based on the two different sides of the world?
I personally think there's no difference, man. I've played in many countries this year that I didn't even expect to even visit as a visitor, right? And what surprised me is there was a lot of consistency with the reactions, and that just shows that whatever number I have on Spotify or following translates into live performance.
Yep.
So every track was sung. Mostly when you play in countries that are not as versed with music as, let's say, Australia and Netherlands, they tend to always listen to your release music, so they will know definitely the release music. Some take the extra step of like being TikTok gremlins and just like whenever someone posts a video of an ID, expect multiple videos, expect people to see it, they'll like it, they'll keep rewatching the video. And this is why I want to make a really, really solid point, in my opinion, about the whole no phone policy, blah, blah, blah. I see a lot of comments online about people complaining about people recording and stuff. Coming from a punter view back in the day, when I started, I used to always record things so I can go back home and rewatch my night, or like, record the ID that I've been waiting for so long. And back then, people used to be really slow with releasing music, and the only thing you can have of that song is that memory. So let's say no one ever records anything. You go to the party, you enjoy it, blah, blah, blah. Then you hear that one song, you're going to remember it, but it never gets released. So the only memory of that track you have is being at the party. But then if you have like that one video of the track, you can repeat it all the time. You can ask your favorite artist to release it. Even if they don't end up releasing, at least you have something from that track that you can always go back and listen to, and it's not forgotten.
Yep.
So I think it's very important, when people do record things, yes, obviously don't hold your phone all the time and ruin on it, but I really don't think it's a big problem. I think the problem is the ones that are sitting at home and not even attending the parties and complaining about people having fun and doing what they want, recording. So I think it's part of the scene. We live in an era where there's a lot of technology, and yeah, people just want to have memories, man.
Yeah.
So I just don't see what the issue with that, because if people didn't do that, people wouldn't know all my unreleased tracks. What if I don't post a video about it? Yes, we get professional content. Sometimes we don't want to use that professional content because we want to save it for the release week or video clip or whatnot. So no one will be able to hear that track unless people do what they do, which is taking videos of the song, posting on TikTok, getting likes. If people like it, then to me, it pushes me to release music faster that way.
Yep.
So when I see a track of mine is getting so much like attention on TikTok or Instagram Reels, or for whatever reason, then I'm more inclined to rush the release, because I don't want people to keep going back to that video and just having that. I want people to have the full version of the track with not just the drop. You want to hear the full track. So
Yep.
that's my take on these things.
No, that's very fair. Is there someone in your career so far, or a couple of people at that you really credit your success to, or who have been a big driver or pushing you, that you would like to, talk about or give credit to?
Obviously, shout out to Massive for giving me my first ever DJ gig. So that's like one place where I started mixing. Shout out to HSU for believing in me even when I wasn't at the level I am yet, and taking risks on me. Shout out to my agency that elevated my career once I signed to them and believed in me from the beginning. Shout out to Gary and Raymond from Rebellion for seeing the potential from day one and understanding me as a person as well as my work ethics, and willingly were able to, sign me to their label, give me the remix for Wall of Toza. Everyone else that really took that step of taking a risk on booking me for any booking that I had in the past few years, because with my sound I understand it's not for everyone, but there's a lot of perception that the sound is in a specific way, blah blah blah, or people read comments online and they don't want to touch it. So that to me is a big thing. For me, if you take a risk on me, I'll pay you back 10 times, because you've put your trust in me. I'm more inclined to push the hardest I can. And lastly, Dark Side Events, who gave me my first booking in the Netherlands. That was a really cool highlight in my career. And that's, shout out to all my friends and family that supported me from day one. Yourself, Teal, always put up with my shit when I harass you guys for vocals and stuff. And shout out to Strictly Business, aka Mazza, who also trusted in me and my vision when we started working together 3 years ago. Shout out to Connor Stratosphere, who sent me that email 3 years ago, and basically becoming really good friends and meeting Strictly Business through him like 2 weeks after, 3 months after. And yeah, everything just kicked off. So, and everyone else that I missed, you guys know who you are. And I'm forever appreciative of everything everyone has ever done for me.
You talked about your sound, so being a very niche kind of thing.
Yeah.
What do you see in the future for yourself? Like if you weren't doing Zag, if Zag didn't blow up as much, where do you see your next steps, or where do you see you could have done differently or something even better?
For me, I always do what I like. So regardless if Zag worked or didn't, regardless if the sound stops being accepted, I think good music is not based over a kick. Good music, if you hear it, you hear the melodies, you hear the leads, you hear the music production quality behind it, you hear the build-ups, you hear if a song has a hook or not. And I just don't believe a kick is it. I feel like it's everything around the track is what makes it memorable. And I think we proved that we can do anything. So regardless what the new trend is or if something dies or not, good music will never die. And I truly believe that as long as you keep doing what you like and you keep showing that diverse sound through your musical knowledge and obviously your music taste, I think everything should be fine. So I have no worries about if Zag dies or this dies or that dies. If I like Zag, I'll keep doing Zag. If I start disliking Zag personally, which I don't think will happen ever, then I'll do something else that fits my taste of music. We don't make music for people. We make music to represent ourselves within feelings, and every song has a feeling attached to it. And the reason why people relate to it or come up to me at festivals and say, man, like your music saved my life, it's not because of the Zag gig. It's because of the whole meaning behind the track. Some are party tracks, some are emotional tracks, some has a hidden message behind it that if you understand the lyrics, you understand the vision of the track, the artwork is attached to it, then you understand what the direction of the track is already. So yeah, I'll just keep doing what I like, man. That's it.
Was there anything within your time in Australia and your first year going overseas that you would have changed or wanted to do differently, which either could have made or break, to be honest, but something that you thought, that wasn't it, I wish I did this, or I wish I changed this?
Nothing, man. I think everything is going great. Everything happens for a reason, in my opinion, and you either learn from it or it's a success. There's no failure, in my opinion. Like, I feel like if you just keep trying and pushing and learning from everything that happens as you go, I don't feel there should be in between brackets, or like in hindsight, I don't have any regrets, and I feel like everything has been happening, in a good way.
Yep.
So I can't really think of anything, or I don't believe there's anything that I would change. I believe everything has been great. Yeah.
For this, we've probably touched on it quite a lot through this whole interview, But to kind of wrap it up in a very nice, neat and tidy package, what key advice could you give to someone who is looking to do what you've done? Whether it be an upcoming artist, producer, even someone who is maybe in the filming or video industry that wants to move over, that wants to follow their dreams, or any kind of workplace, if they want to follow their dreams and make a big move like this. What advice could you give if it was wrapped up in a really neat and tidy package?
Follow your passion, number one. Number two, be consistent. Number three would be learn as much as you can. Number four would be put yourself out there. Get out of your comfort zone. Number five would be meeting new people, whether it's going to a party, going to a crowd. Take that fucking random overseas trip that you have doubts on doing, because you might meet someone that changes your life. And just keep pushing for what you like more so like pleasing people or getting famous or whatever that means anyways. Because the moment you start to show your passion and your interest in something and you do it out of love and appreciate everyone around you, don't be a fucking cunt. It's a big thing too. The people will notice. They will come and see you. They will talk to you personally. They'll give you advice. You'll give them advice. And speaking of advice, always seek advice from someone who either is doing what you're doing already or has done what you're doing already. So you wouldn't go ask an accountant for tailoring advice, and vice versa. You wouldn't go ask a tailor for accounting advice. You'd want to ask the people who are in that field, in that specific thing that you want to learn, to give you that advice.
Yep.
And to have access to those people, it's putting yourself out there and going to the places where you meet those kind of people.
Yep.
Yep.
I think that's all I've got. So thank you very much
No
for
worries,
going through
man.
everything.
Thank you for having me,
Appreciate your
man.
time. And
actually, I'm having you here, so all love, man. Thank you so much. Oh, that was good, man. I don't know. I ramble a lot, but that's just me.
fuck Ben Fleet. Fuck Ben
Fuck
Fleet.
Ben Fleet.